Hi everyone, welcome back to our Node.js tutorial series. In today's video, we're going to talk about setting up your machine to start working with Node.js. We're going to install Node.js, check if it is working, and set up a basic project environment for you. So work with us as we download and install Node.js. First of all, I'm going to open up my browser and I'm going to search for Node.js download. So I'm going to say Node.js and I'll go to the official website of Node.js, which is nodejs.org. If you open it up, you're going to see the interface. You're going to see Node.js runs JavaScript everywhere. Just like we explained in our previous video, we have create servers, write tests, and all of this. So you can just go down and read about Node.js. You can go to their documentation, go to their about. Let's see what they have in the about page. In the about Node.js, they say, as an asynchronous event-driven JavaScript runtime, Node.js is designed to build scalable network applications. In the following Hello World example, many connections can be handled concurrently. Upon each connection, the callback is fired, but if there is no work to be done, Node.js will sleep. So if you look at this, that's why we say Node.js handles multiple events concurrently, asynchronously. It doesn't wait for one event to occur before it starts processing the other. We explained all of this in our previous video, and if you missed that, go back and see what we said there. Here we are interested in downloading and installing Node.js. So first I'm going to go to the download tab, and you're going to see different operating systems and how to go about that. Right now I'm using macOS, and for those of us using macOS or Windows, I'm going to walk us through and how to do that. So you're seeing here, say Node.js, this is the version, the latest version 4. You have to select your operating system. Now we have Windows, macOS, Linux, or AIX. So I'm running on Mac, and if you're running on Windows, just select your Windows using Chocolatey. So if you're using Chocolatey or Docker, which of course I will advise you use Chocolatey, and with npm, which is your node package manager, or yen or pnpm. So after that, you can download Node.js with your PowerShell. If you select all of these configurations, all you need to do is copy to clipboard and go and run in your PowerShell. But if you don't want to do that, you can get a pre-built Node.js for select your Mac, your operating system, and you select your system. You select if it is x64-bit or ARM64 architecture. Right, so I'm using macOS and I have Node.js already installed. You can just click on macOS installer. If you're using Windows and you select Windows, you're going to click on Windows installer and it's going to install. So I'll go ahead to download it again, even though I have it already installed, and I'm going to click on macOS installer. So you see it's already installing here. The Node.js version 22.16.0.pkg is downloading. So once this is done, I'm going to show us how to unpack it and have it set up in our system. So finally, Node.js is installed. I'm going to open up my download folder where it's being downloaded. So if I open up this, I'm going to see a prompt to tell me that, okay, welcome to Node.js installer. This package will install Node.js version 22.16.02. This is the directory it's going to install to, the user/local/bin/node, and of course it's coming with npm version 10.9.2 still in the local.bin.npm folder. So if I click on continue and I accept all the terms and conditions, please make sure you read the license agreement before you continue. So if I click on continue, I'm going to see to continue installing the software, you must agree to the terms of the software license agreement. Click agree to continue or click disagree to cancel the installation and quit the installer. So if I click on agree, it will continue, and I will see that they're going to show me to select my location. I'm going to select my installation location. I have my Macintosh HD, and because I have Node.js installed, I'm not going to continue with the installation, but this is what you do. You select your location and you click on continue. If you click on continue, of course you click on install, and Node.js will install in your application. So I'm going to wait for us to complete this process, and the next thing we're going to do is to verify our installation while this is done. So if you have successfully installed your Node.js just like we explained earlier, this is how to check if your Node.js was properly installed. First of all, open your terminal or your command prompt, and we're going to type the following command. I'm going to open mine. I'm going to say terminal. I'm going to open up my terminal. Let me try to zoom this so we see what I'm typing. So I'm going to open up my terminal, and I'm going to write simple script. I'm going to say node space -v, and I'll hit enter. This is going to give me the version of Node installed in my system. If you get a version code, it means your Node was successfully installed. From here you can see I have Node version 18.20.6, which means I have Node.js installed in my machine. And after that, we're also going to check if our npm, which of course is the Node package manager, was successfully installed. We can do that by saying npm space -v, and we hit enter. It's going to show you the version of Node package manager installed alongside with the Node.js in your system. From what you can see, I have npm version 10.9.0 installed in my system. If both versions shows up, you're good to go, just like you have in your screen. So that is it, guys. That is how to download and install your Node.js and alongside the Node.js Node package manager, the npm, in your system. We've successfully done that, and finally we're going to show us how to set up our code editor. We're going to use Visual Studio Code for this project. I'm going to show you how to download that and set it up in your system. We're going to do that by going to VS Code. Go to your browser and type in VS Code, and we're going to go to the official website, which is code.visualstudio.com. If I open that up, you're going to see download for macOS, try agent mode. When you talk about agent mode, you have in your AI embedded in your code editor, but I don't advise that now because we are still learning. We need to learn the basics before we can start talking about agents. Alright, scroll down. You're going to, for those of us, if you're good at reading documents, scroll down. You're going to read everything about Visual Studio Code. But I believe before you come up to study Node.js, you already know what Visual Studio Code is. So if you don't know, if you don't have it installed, please download Visual Studio Code for your system. You're seeing download for Mac here because my operating system is macOS. If you're using Windows, you're going to see download and you're going to set it up. So if you're done downloading and installing your Visual Studio Code, this is what you're going to see. You're going to come up in this format, and of course where we can start writing our Node.js application. That is it, guys, for this video. We've successfully installed our Node.js, successfully installed our npm, and we've successfully installed our Visual Studio Code. In our next video, we're going to create our first Node.js application, and we're going to talk about folder structures and how to structure a folder in your first Node.js application. Please, guys, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to share. Drop a comment if you have any question. See you guys in the next video. Bye.